Hello, hello, guys. Welcome. We're back with Command Deck Podcast. And hey, Steve, how are you? Welcome. Today we have PG with us. What's up, PG? PG?
Hi, sorry, I have I hear me now?
Now you're shy.
Sorry, I was mute. I was mute. I was mute. Well, I don't believe that this week already passed, man. This is being crazy. Looked like yesterday we were playing Search, and it's already Friday again. I work like an animal this week in the game. It's looking good,
Oh,
and yeah, I have to. I really had to send a big donation to the guys of Sly because that tool is helping me a lot. If not, I had to spend all the time moving and mining all the time, and the tool is really a big help for me in these times of building a game.
yeah, for sure. And we have also Agent Solas. What's up?
How's it going? New week. Yeah, I also want to say thank you to the Sly. Need to donate. They're killing it. Um, Making pretty good returns with my ships. Still trying to see what my little niche is, like what I'm gonna do. Keep on mining hydrogen, biomass. Keep on flipping around. Now I'm mining carbon. Trying to. I think maybe carbon's the best ROI maybe right now. I'm not sure, but just trying to figure out, have fun, play around. Might try some diamond and some copper later. I don't know.
Nice, nice. Yeah, big shout out to Sly for the great bot that we have available for everybody in the community. So we have also Grist. What's up,
Hey
Grist?
guys, it's going good, going good. Lots to talk about this week. A lot of stuff happened, but one thing that didn't happen was I haven't played the game yet. So there you go. But I do have my ships ready, and I have the Athia guide and the Beyond the Horizon video ready to go. But I'll get there soon.
Mm, yeah, you're back. You're back
Gotta
here
be
with
yeah,
us. That's good.
yeah.
And you're late. You're late to the game, but no problem. A lot of people still in labs, kind of stuck. Some of them in labs, so no problem. We have time. So we also have Yoganakt. How are you, Yoganakt?
Hey, good. Glad to be here. Cheers for having me.
Nice, great to have you too. So today we're gonna start talking about Surge, which, by the way, well, we kind of had a huge milestone last week. It was more than 1,000 people playing in the same instance, and the first time having so many players in a game like the shooter for this project it's amazing, and for any other project it's still amazing. And 1,000 players, it's easy to say, but it's very hard to achieve that. Of course, it had some problems when we were more than, I would say, 600 people, but up to 500 more or less, it was very playable. Not very laggy or anything like that. Some little things, but I mean, 500 people. That's a lot. That's a lot. How do you how did you feel the game when you were playing, guys?
Uh, I was feeling okay, and you guys need to realize, compared with other games, is that the game is full load. I already talked about this the last time. When you are in the game, you see everything. You don't need to be closer to be everything. So all the computers are loading the full map, 100% map with all high definition all the time, and with 600, 700 players was running okay. So you can imagine that if they do by instance, that's going to be crazy, crazy beautiful because it's gonna work all the time, 100% better. And now we were all focused all in in one in one space. Was a bit like a big space, but for the big vision of the game is a small space, right? Because if
Yeah.
you divide all these people from the galaxy or other planets, maybe you can have like 50 guys in one planet, right? And then the game's gonna load better. But to reach the 30,000 that they want, they are going in the right direction, I think.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Grist? Did you play that test?
Yeah, it was really laggy for me, but it was just crazy that it was actually working. There was issues with like kill registrations and stuff like that, but I don't know. Like I all I remember now is the fun of it. So during the time, it pisses you off. Seems it just there seems to be I don't know if it's the machine that someone has. I don't know what's going on, but it just seems that some people it's okay, but overall it was laggy, but it worked. And honestly, before this, I didn't even know if this stuff would even work at all. So I think that it was really fun. And I know they want to shoot for the stars and have everything, but what's cool is maybe in the future, just like the Vision, we're getting modules. There wouldn't be anything wrong with having like a traditional server for Surge and maybe have 500 people, maybe a lobby or something like that. And I know that maybe the tech doesn't work like that, but if they dropped like a 5v5v5 or like a Surge with 500 people, that could really catch on. And once we're in open access, be a really good way to bring in, UE5 people that's all they care about. They just want to have fun and shoot people. And I think we do that, a portion of those people will go down the rabbit hole and discover the actual grand vision of this game. But it was great. It was fun. I didn't get to do the second test. I wish I had because it looked that was better. But it was just crazy that we were all there in the same instance.
Yeah, we went from 170 players, I think, to more than 1,000 players in just 1 week or 2 weeks. It was
Yeah,
something crazy.
and kept remember like the week before, I thought we'd get to like 400. It's actually crazy that we got 1,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't even expect so many people to be active, I think. So, yeah, it was crazy. And about the servers, I remember the team said that one option that they have in the future for lag is that they can have one server in America, for example, and one server in Europe, just as an example. And you connect to America, and I connect to Europe, and then they connect between each other, and that would be
Oh, that
better
would be
for
cool.
lag. That's
That
better
would
Yeah,
be
for
awesome.
lag because connections between servers are way faster.
yeah,
So it would allow more players from different areas, and maybe having like 500 for sure. And we need to remember also what PG was saying, that this was not optimized. It was the first time we jumped from 170 to more than 1,000. Of course, it was not optimized for 1,000, not yet. So it's a test, but we'll see improvements coming. If we can have 500 500 people last week already, it's
yeah,
crazy. What can we expect in 2 months, for example, or three
yeah.
months?
I don't know if this is link. I'm sorry if I'm gonna jump again. I don't know if this is link. This test is linked with 2.2 racing, because the 2.2 racing, I think, is gonna have 100 ships. I think Danny already said that was gonna be 100.
Hmm.
So if we are good, we were playing really good until the 500, 600 players. So for the racing is always the same race, right? Uh, I think we should be already okay for the 2.2 if that was the test.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the test. I thought it worked pretty well. It was laggy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. made 1,000, so that's huge. Yeah, the kill registering was kind of aggravating. I was trying to go real gung ho on it and be strategic and this and that. Found out shortly like kills weren't registering, and I don't know. I felt like Booster was farming somewhere. That those numbers were going
Yeah.
fast, man. It was they were pumping out those numbers. It was like a running clock. Um, but yeah, it was a good time. I felt bad. Uh, I saw Athea taking their picture, and a couple times I dropped some grenades on them. I was like, oh, this is funny. And at the time I was like, oh, it's probably messed up. I would be pissed. So apologize. But and then yeah, it was a good test. But like you said, they said Metagravity servers, it costs them money and space to keep up Surge, so they aren't going to have Surge on the whole time. But my question, Metagravity's great, Surge is great, but what if we could just do like the bot battle arena?
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe just like 3-on-3. You have competitions, esports start like I feel like esports is a huge um public people will just join after for esports. A lot of people like the skill based gaming. And this is where the shooter could come in, hey, 3 versus 3. Like it would be nice to have more than 3 versus 3, but like it wouldn't take them much to just do a 3 versus 3 battle in a map they already have made, you know. And if they have something else, maybe we could have more players and stuff. But it would be cool to compete between the guilds and start streaming on Twitch and you know get esports going. I think that would be a huge thing. But Metagravity, Surge, 1,000 players, huge.
Yeah, about this server, uh, based on what we've seen and what they've said and so on, I don't think we really need to go down to 3v3 or something so low in numbers. I mean, I think we will get kind of different game modes, but what we can get with almost the same server or the same level of server, a big match, maybe 500, 400, things like that. Because also one of the things that Metagravity says is that they scale the server load in a different way. It's not exponential. It's linear or linear. It's crazy the difference. The difference what the cost of the server would be way different. So yeah, I think we can get different game modes. They also talked about team deathmatch, for example, as a game mode already, and also they said that it could be in maps like the C9, the C11, or even a Titan. I think they said. So Johannet, were you in the Surge test?
Yeah, the first one. I
What?
definitely agreed with folks so far. I think that Grist is right that getting more competitive modes in there is going to be awesome. I agree with you as well that the size is sort of part of the reason for having this game mode, integrating Metagravity's tech. So having 300, for example, is 100 people on each team. That's still 3 times Fortnite. We still get the we're bigger than Fortnite, pushing the multiplayer envelope and all of that, while still not getting the lag issues maybe that we were having at 1,000, for example.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
More game modes would be awesome
exactly.
too. Like dog fight. I think a dog fight or maybe like a what's it called? Trying to remember. Kind of
Catch the
like what
flag.
squad. Well, kind of what Squadrons does with capital ships. I can't think of the game mode.
Oh,
What it's called.
fleet battles.
Yes, thank you. Fleet battles, where you have to take down a capital and the commander ship before the other team.
Hmm.
And it's really fun. I would like to see that in the future.
Well, my thing is like, let's say the racing works. Okay, we maybe have to go through a process like we're doing with Surge. But if you have 100 racers that can shoot each other, I just, to me, and again, I'm as far from a game dev as you can be, but if you could do that, the map that we train, that we dogfight the AI, why not just have, a free for all, 5 ships, 6 ships in that same map? And to me, we have that, we have the racing, and then we have some type of shooter. Then that's a game that can just, there'll be people that watch a streamer playing that beautiful map, dogfighting and an ace dogfighting and zipping around. They won't even know till later that there's also the game they maybe randomly saw, this big surge. It's the same game, and eventually, I know right now the focus is on base, but if we get that kind of game with this many people, it's unique and it's going to attract a lot of different people. And eventually, those people will discover the big, big vision of Star Atlas. I just think it's all in that. It's all in that real time action because that's the way gaming works right now.
The
Yeah,
movement as well, I think, is unique in Surge. It's a
It's
lot of high
beautiful.
agility.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys played Titanfall at all, but it's the first game
Oh,
since
yeah.
Titanfall has given me that same sort of vibe. It's been fun.
So, dude, if we had a grapple, it'd be over. But the
Yeah,
movement of this is so amazing, and my fear is that the longer we go, the more things are gonna get patched out. But like they gave us this super high scaling movement shooter that's kind of lost in Surge, and I'm not knocking Surge, but you're using your boost to get to somewhere else. When you use the movement in that bot arena, you can do a bunch of cool stuff, and I think like just a small team deathmatch that would be really big in any map. They could build a new map if they want to, but just to allow the people to feel the movement, it's over, man. This game would really blow up.
yeah, yeah. It's game modes, different game modes. I think that's the key. And then also what Solas was saying about the ships, the dogfighting, the fleet battles. That's I think that's the next step after the races, the ground racing, and it's gonna be huge. Yeah, I mean, once once they have the meta gravity technology in place and working, they know how to do the rest of the things in an easier way. You just need to do the normal stuff in Unreal Engine about the models, the 3D models, the dynamics, the physics, and all that. But that's the normal stuff. The difficult way, difficult things are just having people really playing in a multiplayer environment, replicating everything that is happening, and controlling all that is very very difficult. You have to be careful with the programming, but also with the server. So once they have that, I think this is gonna go up faster than now. Not only in people, but the progress it's gonna progress faster than now.
And you guys
So
don't forget that the 2.2 is gonna also have the economy side. It's not only gaming and graphics, because the Star Atlas economy is the idea is that it's going to be in all game modes possible. So when you race, if you use fuel, you need fuel. If you shoot, you need ammo. And if the racer is there, maybe he will need food. And if your ship is hit, you need toolkits.
yeah,
So if
Yeah,
if
that's
you're gonna
huge.
do like,
PJ.
yeah, if you're gonna do like a Call of Duty, you need to think how you're gonna do like economy in that type of the game, only ammo and food, whatever. So everything is have like the economy loop behind, and that's the reason I think they want to focus only in the racing, because also the racing push the market of the ships. Because if you're gonna do Call of
Yeah,
Duty,
yeah.
no one's gonna look to the ships. No one's gonna see, oh man, how many scuds there is in the market? Not too many, so the scud's gonna blow up. Oh, how many? How you call the max stock? The max stock. There are not too many, right? And this is a big car. It's the only car, right? And and then I don't know, people gonna start doing what marketers they're gonna leveraging, and then another thing is gonna push the gaming, and I hope Michael still working on that, is the rental system. The rental system is going to be big because you only need one ship to race, and you can rent the other ones. So
And
that's going
skins
to be
too. Remember like
and skins. Yeah, skins.
yeah,
Skins.
it's gonna be
That,
huge because then you
yeah,
have the resources to make your skin.
yeah. Skins is the biggest market in all games. In all
Yeah,
games is the skins.
Yep.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, you're right. It's gonna be huge when we get the economy mixed together with the game, and it's gonna be in every game mode, as you said. So yeah, since we get the ground racing, we're gonna have that economy, at least the basic things, as you said, fuel, ammo, toolkits. So that's gonna be completely different from other games. And yeah, it's the first test. It's gonna be the first test of the economy together with the Unreal Engine game like that, and it's gonna be huge. And
You
by the
know,
way, we have
I know,
uh,
I know Egonaut was trying to get a test, not a test, but a big game going tomorrow. So if anybody's interested, a bunch of people are getting on tomorrow. Uh, I know I had fun. With the 1,000 players, I was flying around dropping grenades in the bases on tons of people, killing like 50 people, getting 0 tags. But it'd be fun with maybe a little less players. But
Yeah, tomorrow at 1800 UTC, 2 p.m. Eastern, there's another coordinated play session in the main Star Atlas server. No rewards for this, it's just playing for fun and bragging rights. That said, Dom did note that today you may find some rewards for playing Surge. No further details besides that.
Oh.
check your
well,
wallets for your NFTs. And yeah, everybody should be getting a rare Ooster, an uncommon Oni, and a common Mud. And each of them have their backstories. I don't know if you guys saw their backstories. I don't really have it up on me right now, but the Mud is pretty much a medic, I believe. The Ooster is a soldier, and the Oni, I believe, is a scientist. Their backstories. So,
uh-huh,
but
cool,
I know Jose dropped
I
some lore. So
I didn't know that.
yeah,
nice.
Jose dropped some lore in the Brew chat. He just dropped the storylines of those 3 characters. So pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But before we move on, Kepler, I don't know if you saw the new Flipside Crypto by Steven Sabol. Have you seen that? Where it
no,
shows you could look up your wallet and other wallets, right?
and
I
see all.
posted, yeah, I posted in the lobby chat, but you could see how much money you have made in Starbased so far, and it's really
ah,
kind of interesting. Yeah, like what you've mined, what you've sold, it tracks everything. So like if you sold mining material, it tracks how much you spent, how much you earned on that. So it's kind of cool to see like how much you're actually earning, and I'm pretty happy with it.
cool.
And it
Yeah, I've
shows everything. Shows your earnings in policy rewards, buddy link referrals, have all the information. The
nice.
resources that you sold, the STUs, the score rewards. My God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll try to drop it in the chat of the Discord, in the YouTube.
yeah. I will add it to the description below the video when it stays there after the live stream. So, by the way, what do you think? Do we need more mustache, as Drum Carlos said?
Yeah, maybe.
And yeah. Hey, NFT games. I see saying, are those CNFTs already? The rewards that we're getting?
No,
Do you know that?
I went. Oh wait, there was nothing there yet.
Not yet, right?
I know
We should be
Icy's
Cool.
a.
close. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say I know Icy's a straight killer in Surge.
Yeah,
Oh
Icy's a
yeah,
monster.
My
But
little
the
Volker.
we should be close to the crew drop, right? Since we're getting them today.
I'm thinking crew drop is like any day. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's
If they're dropping the 3, they got to be dropping crew anytime because they're gonna have to put
yeah.
those 3 on the marketplace, I believe, so people could sell them possibly. So might as well put regular crew on the marketplace and start that whole thing. But I don't know. We'll see if it comes soon. I know Jose was working on all individual backstories for all of them, along
hmm.
with some AI. So it's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be interesting because also the same system is gonna give us the skin, sorry, the crew and the components for the ships, because we're gonna put the ship in the system and it's gonna give you back the the sh- the
The whole,
empty ship, yeah, the hull,
yeah,
and then
the
the crew, and then
components.
the components and the weapons. So it should be the same moment at the same time. So it's gonna be interesting, but I'm not sure it's so close. Maybe they just dropped the NFTs for the crew right now, and we don't even have the ability to sell or to trade them. I don't know.
Yeah. Are
We'll
you
see.
guys
We'll see.
picking up some crew packs, or are you guys just using whatever ships you have? Are you gonna pick some up? And if you are picking up crew packs, are you gonna pick only mud, or are you going to try to get a pack of each mud, Ooster, and Oni? What's your guys' plans?
So can we
I'm gonna.
can we choose the race of the packs?
I don't know. I'm just saying if you could pick like a
Ah,
Oni, if you could pick a Oni pack, if you could pick a Ooster pack, and if you could pick a
ah.
mud pack, I would assume they would have 3 different packs. I would assume, but
I think they
you
No,
know,
I
will.
think
They
I
said
don't
they
think
said
so. I think we'll come all mix, and it's gonna
but
be a lucky like a lotteria.
Yeah, yeah. That's
that
what
can be,
I'm gonna.
yeah.
Yeah,
and you
But
might need
but
to
they
buy
they
like
said
maybe 2 packs of.
they
Sorry, go ahead.
said they said no, sorry, it's just they said mod is like the one that is gonna be in detail, but then Oni and Ustur are gonna be like the silhouette, like the shadow, something like that. But 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 it's gonna be there, so it's gonna be possible to get it too.
Yeah, so Oni, you're gonna have to have Reese, Poonobs, and Sogmians. I don't think Fatolis, but I think maybe Fatolis. I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. At least those 3 races. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
well, I want to collect them all because isn't the idea like you could be Ooster and you can have like Fatoli on your ship and stuff like that. So probably, over time, certain crew will have different, attributes, and you kind of like build the crew how you want, and you'll probably have a mix of everything on your ship, and then for your fleet. So I'll be grabbing packs.
Yeah, like they said,
Yeah.
they each race has a trait that Mud is mostly combat. I think
No,
exploration is Ooster or something. But like yeah,
have to.
each
I think it's linked with the manufacturer.
yeah.
Yeah, and
And then
yeah, Drum
I'm also
Carlos is saying also that they were going to be kind of random. I don't remember exactly, but
now.
if
Are you
you
gonna
know,
have to buy weapons for these guys, or are they gonna have like? Are they just gonna be unarmed, or are they you have to buy like a pistol for each guy, or are they gonna come with a pistol? Or yeah, I'm wondering how like crews are gonna be armed.
yeah,
That's a
that's a
good
Uh,
smart
question.
point.
that's probably far in the future, but it would be interesting. Are they gonna sell weapons, or are they just gonna come with them? Or you gotta, you know, maybe they don't sell them. Maybe you have to craft them, or buy
Yeah,
them
maybe.
from other people.
Yeah. I think they'll be
But
like ships. Eventually, they'll all be components, and you can like assemble your a custom weapon, and that'll be another expansion of the market.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, because
this
they
market.
show different components for the weapons also sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like that.
Everybody running around with a real gun.
Yeah, yeah, the Gatling gun.
But at least the pistol, I think we're gonna have it because so far you get it since the beginning and you get unlimited ammo for it. So that kind of tells us what they're thinking. I guess we're gonna have the pistol for free, but maybe not enough, not unlimited ammo. I mean, because as PG was
But
saying, in
it,
the future we're gonna spend ammo.
yeah, but all this crew that we're gonna receive now, uh, they are crew that we can use in the fitness app, because the fitness app is only to increase skills of the racer, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's
Uh,
just
true.
racing.
so uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
my
so
guess
we
my
need
guess is you will have you will have the opportunity, the chance to use them in the app, but you also only increase the racer license. That's my guess based on what they said.
abilities.
Yeah, the XP for racing career, that's the license
Yeah,
also. So yeah,
it's gonna be
okay.
fun. I think I'm keen for that app too.
Yeah, the thing
Yeah, I
is
think
that
it's
they,
gonna be
they
good.
haven't said they haven't said a lot lately about it. So maybe it's not a priority right now, and maybe we have to wait a little for that.
Maybe we need to wait for the next breakpoint.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
Because
would
they
be a
are
good
showing
one.
you a little bit each breakpoint. So
yeah, they're saving it all.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris. You were going to say something.
Oh no, that PG remind like yeah, they're probably holding a bunch back for Breakpoint, But back with the crew app, yeah. So since we're only our crew is gonna rotate into, you can only grind up one crew, but that will open up the crew market because people will just be running around and jogging and then selling that on the marketplace. And then maybe in the future, they can find different ways that through maybe surge or a dogfighting mode to train the other skills for the crew, hopefully.
Hmm. Yeah, and Ron Carlos is saying also an important point that we kind of forget all the time, but we forget because I think even the Star Atlas team forgets about that. They said a lot of times the factions is gonna be like the territories or kind of political kind of grouping, you know, the way to group people. But the races are not gonna be Mod, Oni, or Ustur. That's gonna be the faction, but you can be Mod and be an alien, or
yeah,
be
yeah.
Mod and be a robot, and all the combinations. So that's something to keep in mind because even the team uh, talks like it's like they're always saying like Mod is human and things like that, and even Surge is like that right now. You are human if you're Mod, but in the future it's gonna be just different. The faction one thing and the race is another thing.
Well, so let's talk quickly about this, like multi-faction guilds and stuff. Are they going to be multi-faction within one faction, or are they going to still be try to spread out across a few factions? That's what some multi-faction guilds have to probably start deciding. Are they just going to be everybody could be whatever race they wanted to be or species or whatever and join one faction, or are they you going to try to spread out a little bit?
Huh.
Well, I think in the HRZ, I always thought it kind of wouldn't matter. You kind of that's what you do what you want in the HRZ. So if that happened, then it wouldn't matter what faction. If you're a multi-faction or single faction, you can define, how everything works within the part of the HRZ that you control.
That's what I think as well. And then also, like, going down on another rabbit hole, pirate factions are, once we're able to attack each other in the same faction, hey, I just worked with this, guild that's pirates for the last several months. Now they could try to attack me and steal my stuff. What's going to happen there? So it's going to be interesting. I wonder when they're going to turn on that mechanic and all that. But yeah,
Mate,
there's so many ways Star Atlas could go. It's
mate,
crazy.
you only need to have the example of the Starbase, what is happening now, that
Yep.
everyone is doing whatever they need to do to get that LP. So people are moving from resources
Yeah.
from one wallet to the other to craft in there, and then they move again to the other, and they are controlling how many LP is in each faction, and then in the last second they change all the resources to the other one, and they have like 20,000 crew, and they craft in 10 minutes, and they get the LP. So when the combat arrive, multiply that for 100, because
Yep.
then it's going to be I don't know if the economy of one stops when the economy of the other one starts. I don't know if the star-based economy is going to stop when the economy of combat starts. But if the only way, if I'm going to put the if the only way that you're going to make LP slash dollar is attacking anyone, man, a lot of people is going to stay in the safe zone. They're going to
Yep.
sell. They're going to sell the fuel, ammo. Ammo is going to be very good, and toolkits too. And it's going to be bloody. The medium risk zone is going to be the first high risk zone. It's going to be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a big jump also from a kind of a completely different game. It's just a big jump, and now it's peace, all peace. We're just
Yeah,
competing in resources and all that and LP, but it's gonna be crazy as you say. It's gonna be bloody, a bloody mess.
yeah. So
But
you had people that were swearing, "Oh, I'm gonna be Oni for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna move." I moved, for
Exactly.
example. I moved, right? But it was another guild that said, "Oh, I'm not gonna move from here."
yeah,
Oh, they said that they saw that they can make more money in mud on Ooster. They went. So when the LP combat arrived, all these friendships, all these kisses, all these alliance,
yeah,
and this all this love that you see between people, when you see, oh, that guy have LP on his head, I want that LP. They're going. He's gonna start fighting, and then, oh, my friend was attacked by that one. I'm gonna attack them. Oh, and then you're gonna see people that, like, I think happen in Eve. These people that infiltrate in other guilds only to provoke problems.
Yep. 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 That's where
Understand?
we're going.
Imagine
Yeah.
that I create another account, and I'm going to AP, for example, and I start with that account. I'm gonna attack people from Rome, and
yeah,
then these two guilds start fighting for a player that cannot control. I'm gonna put a fake name or whatever, a fake
Signal?
IP. No, I'm not.
Oh
and
my god.
then and then I'm create like another big war in the universe. Understand?
yeah.
So, man, the LP combat is gonna be crazy. So
Yeah, but Viking
get
Benny is saying
ready,
that
get ready.
a truce tour doesn't change faction. Do you think that's real? I think I think when we earn, we change whatever we need to earn more, as you were saying. We can have emotions, of course, and it's like, oh, it may be hard, but in the end, if you earn enough, you change your colors and your faction. That's
I
my
think that's
guess.
kind of Heimdall's uh, like their identity though is Ooster. You know, Heimdall is the biggest Ooster guild, I believe. So I think that's maybe their identity. I don't see Heimdall changing though, but we'll see. Maybe like you said, when money gets involved, we'll see. I know.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people switching guilds
Yeah,
lately around. And then you saw SAI. Went from multi faction to Oni only now, and or not SAI. Was it SAI?
I
The
think so.
Italian one? Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
think
to.
it's
I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. I think
Anyway,
SAI
yeah.
is still. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. But then also, I don't know if you've seen Oni's LP, but man, I seen a couple Oni members complaining. Like they're just they're full over at Oni. They have a lot of big titans. They have a lot of big guilds and a lot of members. And yeah, I could already see some people switching factions, and
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Well, you know what's
I,
funny for me? That some people can say, okay, we are the strongest faction because we have a lot of people, but then we complain that we are a lot of people and fighting for LP
Yep.
between each other, you know? It's like if you don't want that people, then you're not strong. So you have to decide, do you want to be a strong faction with a lot of people, or do you want to have a few people and get a lot of LP?
yeah,
That's
I think one mistake, and I think I already talked about this in the previous episode, and I'm doing the same mistake. So I'm the first one to raise my hand when I do a mistake too. Is that uh, players and me also, because I did that mistake. We are only looking to the LP because it's the new kid on the block, right?
yeah,
But the market F39 resources that we can trade. I didn't do the maths because if I'm gonna do the maths, I'm gonna realize that I'm losing money. All this amount of toolkits that I burn, if I put these toolkits that I burn in the marketplace, oh, much lot more money than trade the LP. So if people of players start doing realize, okay, I pass in LP, I'm gonna focus in toolkits. Okay, I pass in toolkits, I'm gonna focus in framework. People have markets, but
yeah,
don't play like a whale if you are not a whale. Play whatever you are and focus in one thing. For example, STUs. STUs now is 450 LP for one STU.
hmm,
They increase a lot. Is the biggest. So electromagnet is 128 LP for one, but now the STU is 450. So it's a lot of market out there. People need to adapt. Really, people need to adapt and need to realize what I am. What I am is what
yeah,
I can do, is what I'm gonna play. I
yeah.
cannot
And I
imitate.
have a sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were finishing. I have a
I finish.
question for you. Okay, okay. I have a question for you guys. And for example, Joggenart, you're not talking a lot today, so I'm gonna ask the question to you first.
Sure.
Viking Benny is saying, to me, it's a game. For sure, the money people chasing the dollars naturally won't care about the faction gameplay. What do you think is gonna happen when a lot of other gamers, big gamer guilds, for example, come into the game? What's gonna happen? Because it's gonna be like a kind of fight between people playing the game and people chasing money, or everybody's gonna end up going after the money, or people are gonna forget about the money and they're just gonna focus on I hate these other people and I want to kill them. What do you think?
That's a great question. I think if we're talking in the next 12 months, a big gaming guild, let's say they've been gaming together for 10 years, right? Good gaming group. They enter in. I think there's a good chance that if they've gotten themselves over the NFT hump, they're okay with getting into NFTs. I think there's some likelihood that some of them start to get into the more asset side of things, which could be somewhat tragic for the community. I'm hopeful that we get lots of new guilds. I would love to see an ecosystem of hundreds of guilds, for example, of people who just are here to play the game. I think that's what we need. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think that what's going on now, I think that when we have combat, that's the first stage. But if you look at us from the outside, and I'm inside with you guys, but if you really zoomed out, Web 2 guild gamers, they would look at it as a very complex form of investing. There's no risk. So the second you introduce risk, then we could have a reality where there'll be guilds that hate us, that hate the idea of what we're doing, and they'll bless you. And they'll just maybe come in just to ruin it for everyone. Just to think like, oh, these guys think they know what they're doing, or that they own all this stuff. Well, we're going to go in there and piss in their Kool-Aid. Right now we're a tiny little closed community, and the first I don't know, the first graduation to me is when there's combat. And like PG said, when your buddy is now LP and that's what you're chasing, all bets are off. And, people can have multiple accounts. There could be people that are embedded in other guilds from day one. All that stuff opens up when combat arrives and when combat pays.
Hmm. And do you think, for example, Solas, do you think that it's possible or not possible that people right now in the project get together, like play together defensively against a lot of guilds, gamer guilds coming later in the future? Can we get together and play together to defend the project? For example, if they just come and try to make it trash, or trying to ruin
Yeah.
the game or whatever.
Yeah. So far, like overall, Star Atlas is a really friendly community. Everybody's talking, collaborating, and all that. And you know, in other games like Pirates, those are the bad guys. You stay away from they're trying to ruin your night. you know, mess up all your hard work and stuff like that. But right now everybody's cool with Pirates, and all of them seem really cool so far. But when these big guilds come in, these big guilds are as big as our community, and it's going to be very interesting if like a Star Citizen Nova enters the uh, Star Atlas ecosystem, or maybe Goon Swarm from uh, Eve, or we'll have to see. Even these Stellaris guild, like pretty much our game is close. Not it's close to Stellaris. It's a little more.
Hmm.
They're complicated in different ways. But like even a Stellaris guild comes over, we might see some competition. So I could foresee the OG guilds banding together to maybe try to regulate the game from like a major community coming in. It's going to be interesting, and then just I'm excited for the future, but also future is going to be toxic. It's
Hmm.
Hell yeah, it
Yeah.
will be.
it's
Yeah.
it's and you just have to roll with the punches a little bit. Uh, there's going to be real money on the line this time, so the toxic is going to be even worse. Like I don't know, I kind of doxed myself, but some people probably never want to dox themselves because in real life people got threats in Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were followed, this that. That was just over a game. This is a game with money attached, a lot of money attached, and it's gonna be really interesting. Maybe Grist or Egonaut has more on it, but like they're the big Eve players. But like it's gonna be very, very, very interesting. It's gonna be pretty
Well,
crazy.
I always chose to be Anon just because of general how gamers are, and I've been part of guilds and other games, and it just gets bad. In fact, even without we all, the E stuff's historic, but even recently in Star Citizen, which doesn't have a monetary aspect, the economy doesn't really exist, in how it is anywhere close to even this game. But there was some horrific toxic behavior. It's just competition, and right now we're like a small little group, and we're a fan of a band, and everyone knows each other. And just imagine what we're kind of doing here, if it works, is it's like you're following this band and everyone knows each other, and then one day that band becomes world famous, and now you're in stadiums, and you're what was a big group, you're tiny compared to the masses around you. And those masses that we're talking about are fucking PC gamers. So that's why I've
Yeah,
always been Anon.
yeah,
But one
yeah. But
question about
you
it,
you
and it's
you
gonna
guys
be
don't.
for you. Go on, and then I have a question for you, P.
Yeah, yeah. But it's only one thing that people are forgetting that is very important is that to play this game, all these newcomers need to buy ships and
That was
ships
my question.
Yeah,
and ships
rentals.
that we already have in our wallets. Other things that they need is to buy the polis that we already have locked, and poly is gonna have a lot of importance when we start taxing people in the regions. That's gonna happen in the future. So we have a big advantage if we want to control the newcomers. Well, we don't need to control because this is gonna be a game. Uh, they're gonna they're gonna start playing the game. We only have that small advantage. But uh, if we keep playing and we keep like I did in all game was my first like guild game, and when you start from zero, you need to compound your fleet. Don't stay behind. You need to compound one more ship
Hmm.
tomorrow, one more ship tomorrow. Returns ship,
Yeah.
and when we start, because like happened in Sage, we start crafting our own ships, right? Like AP, they said that they want to sell. They're gonna be the builders to sell ships. I want to build to accumulate, not to sell. So I become bigger and compounding.
So one thing on that, uh, you know, it's kind of funny. Like we 1,000 people in Surge was really amazing. Okay, now boom, a 15,000 person active member guild comes into our community. It's gonna be crazy. And then on the yeah, they're probably a little behind because they don't have any assets. But there's always
Yeah,
gonna be a whale gonna lend them that like
Yep,
there's whales that don't play the
yep.
game. They're gonna
Or
lend them
or
to the biggest
the
gamers,
rentals,
biggest build. Yeah,
or
they're
they'll
just
rent them.
gonna yep. Scholarship
yeah,
models are gonna, these players are gonna play a game for free instead of playing a subscription model like Eve
yeah,
does, and then they're gonna play for free with other people's ships and make money. So I could see both ways. Like, yeah, we have a huge head start, but also, do we? Interesting. But
Yep.
Yeah,
the
the thing
last
is,
time okay,
Star
the question.
Star Citizen Star Citizen has a lot of players with a lot of money in ships, but a lot of money in Star Citizen is not a lot of money in Star Atlas. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's like both sides of the coin in there, because yeah, on one side is everybody can come and 15,000 players suddenly coming to Star Atlas. At the same time, they may not have so much money. But yeah, there's what Solas was saying. In the future, maybe rentals, scholarships, whatever, and they can get some ships. But are there gonna be whales or enough whales or big enough whales for so many people coming? Are they gonna be like bees, thousands of
yeah.
bees?
Is what I was going to say to you guys. So when I was doing the maths, because I did a small Excel to divide the Atlas token for 1 million players was giving like 36,000 Atlas per player if we have 1 million players. So I did the same. I went to do the calculation how many ships we have in the game. And I think we don't have even 1 million ships in all classes. I think we have around 750, 800,000 ships. So if in the future this is a game for 1 or 3 million players, and of course everyone already have like a nice fleet, lots of ships will become for sale in the future. And plus, of course, the ones that we're gonna craft in the future, etc., etc. So it's gonna be ships for everyone, and so these newcomers will come and they will have to adapt and
Yeah.
create a space. And if they are good players, they already know the mechanics of crafting and compounding and crafting and compounding. Uh, that's the experience is a plus.
But you said something really interesting because if there are not enough ships for so many people coming, maybe that already makes everything go in a smoother
Yeah,
curve.
steady,
Yeah,
steady
not
curve.
so yeah, not so 1 week after 1 week later they are coming 5,000 people or 15,000 people already playing. Maybe
Hmm.
they don't have enough ships as you said, or even if they have ships, maybe they are only the extra small ships. So maybe that makes it a little slowly happening, you know. So crypto Gogi here said something very interesting. Amazing analytics, bravo. My plan is to bring all the pro gamers from the Balkan, also known as Macedonians, in Star Atlas. So people already thinking about that.
Yeah, and we kind of mention all the time, but we gotta really factor in next month. You know, there's another kind of project that is kind of well known and doing the same thing. So it's possible that what Starless is doing is awesome, but we got to factor in that there's another project that is coming into Web3 using the model that we're using. And so that could also have that player group look at this game and go, oh wow, look at that's like Star City. That look at the UE5. I want to try that out. So there could be a lot of cross pollinations, you know. And there's always a rental market, man. I mean, you
Yeah.
could have some people wouldn't care. 1,000 people flying at you with a extra small ship. They're just having fun. They're trying to, you know, piss in your Kool-Aid that day. That's an easy possibility if it costs them what, $2 to rent your ship, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, that other title as well has been around for over 20 years now. The
Yep,
players in
Pedro.
that were pitched for a while a game mode called Walking in Stations. It was going to be a sort of avatar-based gameplay. That has since been put into the back burner, I think, indefinitely at this point. But that's what got me so excited about Star Atlas is that we're launching with that sort of walking around functionality baked in. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Exciting.
To me, it was always that my dream of this game, and it's not everyone, is just that to feel that we could have a game that like plays like Star Citizen, and then but with the complexity of Eve, and even this other title that's coming, they're not going to have the, you know, your avatar, your the amazing movement, and all that could happen is they could just be it could be a breeding ground for people coming here.
And I would say the complexity of Eve is different. I mean, when there's real money behind the economy, even if the mechanics are the same, the complexity is way different. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but a lot of
it's gonna be
people,
crazy.
they factored their time in. That's why, you know, even though they always said there was no real
Yeah,
money transfer, there was always eBay sellers. You know, it's always the gray market will always exist. We're just kind of out in the forefront, you know.
As a player base as well, the one of the prime motivators for galactic warfare in that game is boredom.
Yeah,
People start wars for, and this is how they talk about it. They start wars for content. They use that word.
you get
yeah.
yep.
And so you add money into it. I think the anthropology of specific MMOs and their player bases, it gets interesting. What's going to
That's
happen
what
next?
makes me. It's always made me love this. The possibility of this game is we get to see. It's that it's easy on and off ramp. Are we gonna have people farming you for a Chipotle burrito? We don't know, but I think we get to soon find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we already said so many combinations of different factors for one thing or the other. So many possibilities in the end. It's not an easy topic, but it's not only two options. It's like a lot of things can happen, and it will evolve. It will start in one way, and then it may change some months later or things like that, and be completely different. So it's gonna be crazy, but in the end, we are here now in this project, and we are the
The
present
lucky ones.
players, the lucky ones. But we are here, and we are. By the way, just before we wrap it up, I'm gonna say that we are in Bulk. These are our guilds: Bulk, the club, Deep Profits, Nebular. We have Vanguard from the club also, and this is Command Deck Podcast. So, do you want to say anything before we ended up here?
Well,
No?
I can say that with 2.2 in the Epic Store have 30 million players. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a big window. I know that everyone is waiting for the players of Star Citizen or EVE Online, but players grow in the trees. Every day is a new player, and in some point in time, Star Atlas will be the game. It's not the Eve or the Star Citizen. Everyone is gonna this new generation that create an account in Epic Store. They're gonna start seeing Star Atlas in there, and they have a module that they can play, and they're gonna be hooked. That's my final words for today.
True.
Yeah,
Big,
that's
big
it's. There's
points.
so many different. That's a great point, PG. There's so many different ways that this game could scale, but being an open access, that's huge, and they might just like playing one module, or a big majority of them will just go down the rabbit hole like we all did.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And by the way, if you guys are mod, if anybody watching right now or the video later is mod and want to join Mod Empire or any of our guilds, I will try to put the links in the description. So I have some of our guilds links. So the rest of our guilds here, just please send me your links and I will add them to the description, guys. So yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Thanks for being there in the chat also. I see Drum Carlos, Viking Benny, Crypto Googie, everyone. Thanks a lot for coming and chatting with us, commenting on these topics with us. And thanks PG, thanks Solas, thanks Grist, thanks Jovanak for coming. And I'm KeplerNet, and see you next time.
See you guys. See you
Bye.
next time.
Yep.